What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Relax One Corner. I'm Brother Z from Ear 65, and it's nice to be here discussing on another hot topic that is being currently circulating over the internet and over the news. That is on Joseph Schooling performance in the Olympics. Alright, I think much has been discussed, much has been debated over his performance. A lot of support has come in from the media, from the ministers, from the governments, from the publics, that we should be behind him and supporting him and so forth. Honestly, yes, I do agree that we need to be behind him, to support him, stand by him, so that he can overcome this adversity and continue to perform better in the up and coming Olympics events. But sometimes we have to say it as it is. We got to call spade a spade. We cannot deny that his performance has actually been not up to par or not up to standard compared to his competitors, compared to his peers. Mind you that this is his second Olympics and he is no longer there for the experience. He's there to compete. So basing on his performance, I think we have to agree that something is not right in his preparation, because looking back in the 2016 Olympic in Rio, he clocked a world record time then, okay? But ever since the Olympics, his performance has been going down and down. Ever since the 2016 Olympics, yeah? I mean, for example, in the 2017 FINA World Champion, he got bronze, okay? And he admitted after the Olympics, he took a 6-month break. A 6-month break for any athletes is actually very detrimental to his preparation. Alright, it's very detrimental to his preparation for any up and coming events, because 6 months is way too long. I mean, world champions like Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, the most they took a 1-month break. I think Michael Phelps just continued training even after a major event like the Olympics. So I mean, a lot of things have to be reflected. I mean, honestly, Joseph Schooling is a professional athlete. The scrutiny that he's now going through is he can't get away with it. I mean, because that is his career, that is his professional life. I mean, he will always be under the microscope. People always like look at his performance because he has set a benchmark and he needs to maintain or do better. Because he is still at an age whereby he has yet to reach his prime. So I mean, like what I said, right after the 2016 Olympics, his performance has been going down. 2017 he got bronze. Then in the SEA Games, he won all the event. Maybe he's just a SEA Games king, we do not know. 2018 Asian Games, he got 2 golds and a bronze. 2019 FINA, he did not even qualify for the semis. Okay. The telltale signs are already there in the 2019. Alright, so in the 2019 SEA Games, he got 4 gold, 2 silver, but lost the 50-meter butterfly and the 100-meter butterfly to his teammates. Another telltale signs that his preparation is not good enough. Especially if you look at how he turned out during 2019 SEA Games. I mean, people can say, well, you cannot judge a book by its cover. In a competition or in a competition like sprinting, like swimming, conditioning is very important, be it mental or be it physical conditioning. And everybody can see that in 2019 SEA Games, he did not appear in tip-top condition. He is round. Honestly speaking, he is round. You look at every angle, he is round. You can't deny that. So how can we accept that he actually trains hard? I mean, if he's training hard, he will be in tip-top condition. He'll be in that physique will not be that round physique, and he has to accept that criticism because he appears in public in that kind of form. I mean, what can we say? I mean, yeah, you appear like that. You are a top athlete. You are a swimmer, but you appear very round. People will obviously say. But from a sporting perspective, it obviously shows that you are not preparing that well. then considering that if not because of the COVID, the Olympics will be held last year. Okay, so if actually after the 2019 performance in the Southeast Asian Games, did he actually think that he can reach his peak in the 2020 Olympics? Other countries actually prepare for the Olympics 4 years ago. You can't prepare for the Olympics 15 months prior to the event. I mean, you are the professional. I think you know better than me, but I don't think that what I'm saying is totally 100% wrong. I mean, the onus is on you. I mean, the athlete itself, the association, to actually go back to the drawing board, come clean to, like, don't have to share with the public, but discuss it upon yourself that, okay, we mess up, we did something wrong in our preparation, or our preparation is not good enough. I read in the comments in social media that we must support him and so forth. He has worked hard enough to be in the Olympics. Obviously, he has not worked hard enough, or he's not working. He has not worked harder. He should train even harder, because why? His rivals, his competitors, are always at the back of his ass, trying to catch up with him and do better. And it's been proven. The 100-meter butterfly finals, that guy Caleb, he won it in another world record time, 49 minutes 45 seconds. So what does that mean? People are always improving. But unfortunately, what hit me the most is this. Okay, he's not even maintaining. He dropped 3 seconds, and 3 seconds for such type of sports is actually very crucial. Those 3 seconds plays a very important, makes a lot of difference in the time, in the position of the athletes in the meets itself, in the competition itself. So that is actually what for me, that's actually what concerns me. Like, how come he can drop 3 seconds back? He's not doing like 51 seconds or even 50 over seconds. He's doing 53 seconds. And don't tell me that prior to the Olympic, during your preparation, you did not do any time trial to actually assess your performance. You guys are the professionals. You have known it way back then that, oh shit, I'm actually not up to standard. How now? How? So a lot have to be I mean, we have to go back to the drawing board lah. I mean, actually right from the very bottom up, including the powers that be that actually went out to say that, oh, we must support him in good time, bad times. When he won for us the Olympics, we glorified him. But now that he failed to qualify for the semis, we trash him. It's not that we trash him or we bash him. Actually, we are concerned about him, because for me, I ask myself this: does he still have that hunger, that drive to win another gold? Basing on the current performance, no. In terms of the result, in terms of what we see, no. So what could we do about it? I mean, like, okay, we can give him the support. What could the government do about it? They could give him more than just vocal support written in social media. Until today, unfortunately, still debating on the fact that our national male athletes have to go through that 2 years of national service, or NS in short. Why can't the government, why can't the powers that be make an exception for these talented athletes, this small group of talented athletes, that exempt them from national service? Or should this, no matter what, should they still have to undergo this national service, make an exception whereby they can still train every day? Why force them to carry a rifle? Why force them to carry a rifle when they are these so-called few talented athletes available in Singapore? Mind you that Singapore does not produce talented athletes every year. If we have one in 10 years, it's already good enough. I mean, right after Ang Peng Siong or David Lim, I have not heard of any big names until Joseph Schooling. So we We do not produce natural talent every year. I mean, the system from the ground up is actually flawed. So, for the government to say, hey, we must support him, go through social media, go through write on the forum, internet that, oh, we must support him. The powers that be actually have to really support all these athletes. Don't just say all these things. Make an exception for them so that they can really excel. I mean, you say, oh, because they are in national service, they cannot go overseas to train. Then bring that overseas training into Singapore. Bring those international coaches into Singapore. Oh, they don't have place to train. Come on lah. We know our system. When our government wants some things, they can do things very fast. Alright? We have the sports school. We can convert part of the sports school for these athletes to do their national service to report there every day as part of their national service training. So that they can continue training even though they have to serve that so-called 2 years of national service. I mean, this is just my thoughts. This is just my thoughts. I think if we are just accepting things blindly, the results blindly, we are just accepting mediocrity. I mean, okay lah, never mind lah. We are just producing a one-hit wonder kind of athletes. Because why? Honestly, it's not that sometimes we are not producing that talent, but we don't. That talent does not actually have the support from ground up. I mean, sad to say, yeah, the powers that be is being paid to do their job, to appear. Boy, it's okay, boy. You have done your best. It doesn't matter. You will try harder again. Dude, right after this, Joseph Schooling has to go for his 2 years of national service. And 2024 is the next Olympics. How in the blue hell do you think he can perform well if he has to spend 2 years of his time doing national service? Okay? So sometimes I find that it is a very critical situation by the powers that be when they put out all this kind of thing, because they're just speaking, they're just like saying things for the sake of saying during that particular time, just to show that they are giving support. But actually, whether they are actually doing it, really doing it, is yet to be seen, because these NS issues among athletes has been discussed way back 30 over years, and nothing has changed. Unfortunately, nothing has changed. Once again, I say that we are not producing top quality athletes every year. Alright? Even our sports school is not producing top quality athletes. So something must be wrong somewhere from the ground up. Okay, and when we do discover these top performing athletes, the support must go all the way from the ground up. Must go all the way from the ground. It's not just like, oh, when he did well, the government come embrace him, but the government doesn't see how he struggled actually to reach that part. And after that, he have to go for that 2 years of national service. But the government, never mind bro, you go first . After that, then we talk . Cannot. The performance of that athlete is going to be affected. When you take away 2 years of a performance of an athlete's life to do national service, his performance, his training, his preparation for the past years will definitely be affected. Let us realize that . This Joseph Schooling issues result, it has actually like opened up a can of worms, I mean, for me, sometimes you have to say things as it is. It is just about constructive criticism. We cannot just like sweep it underneath the carpet and let it go. We can't. Because it's like from being number 1 in class to being number 30 in a class of 50, well, something is definitely not right somewhere. For example, if your kids has always been a top performance in school, then suddenly the next year his results drop way drastically. Are you gonna put your arms around your kid? Never mind, boy. I know. Papa know you study hard enough. It's okay. I know. Balls, man. That will not happen, right? Definitely we'll tell our kids, hey, buck up, man. Stop watching the internet too much. Stop playing games too much. Same likewise. Sometimes ourselves, the media, the public, we glorify our national athletes too much. We over-glorify them. We give them, we call them a national hero. We name an orchid after them. Hello, are they really our national hero? Yes, they bring pride and glory to the nation. But the policemen, the armies, the firefighters, the road sweepers, the toilet cleaners, they are our national heroes. They keep Singapore safe, they keep Singapore clean. Do they get mentioned every time? No. So, I mean, yeah, this is just like me ranting, but I am sometimes sick and tired of this, how should I say, hypocritical response by certain bodies that, oh, we must support. Not everybody has the stamina to train like him. Hello, he's a professional athlete. This should not even be in question. He's supposed to be training from Monday to Friday because he's paid to do that. We are so worried about saying things as it is. We are so worried about that. I mean, if it's the truth, we have to say it. People like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, they have haters. They have haters. No matter how good they are, they have haters. But does that deter them from performing their best? No. Instead, they keep on improving and improving and improving and doing well. Cristiano Ronaldo at 36 years old, still playing so well. Look at his physical condition. Imagine if Cristiano Ronaldo looked like a ball. Do you think he can score that much of a goal? Same thing. If Joseph Schooling looked like a ball, do you think he can swim that fast? Think about it, guys. Think about it. So I mean, don't just like to those people that give that trash him. Don't just like actually like hit on these critics. Actually read and understand where they are coming from. I mean, of course, some of them will just bash him for the sake of bashing, but some of them that produce facts, I mean, understand that they actually have the concern of this athlete at heart, because why? They want Singapore sports to do well. We all know Singapore sports has been on the decline. That's the true fact. Who's to blame? We are all to blame. We are all to blame, because why? We know that being a sportsman or sportswoman in Singapore, you cannot sustain a living here. Because why? We know that it's actually not being supported. How many of our athletes are driving Grabs now? I mean, there's nothing wrong with driving Grab, but there's nothing that the powers that be have done to assure the athletes, especially bring medals to the country, that, okay, you do it. I mean, don't worry, man. You have your future sorted out for us. You just focus on your training. None. I don't see that happening. I don't see a system being set for these athletes to feel that, okay, I will focus on my training. The rest, I'm not worried, because why? I have the government assurance that everything will be taken care of. If let's say that it's such a system, I believe the parents will support. Train, son, train. Do your country proud. Alright? Everything will be taken care of by the government. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. But no, sad to say, we are still chasing the paper chase. Paper qualification is still the number one criteria for being successful in Singapore. Like it or not. I mean, this is just my 2 cents worth, my thoughts. You guys can agree or don't agree with it. It's fine. It's just like, for me, I'm just saying things as it is from my perspective, and I might be wrong, or maybe there's some facts to what I'm being said. So you guys can just leave a comment underneath here later. And anyway, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the notification button. Alright, cheers, peace out, thanks.